Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Rammstein has dropped a new song titled ZEIT. We're going to check it out today, but before I get into the reaction, there's a few things I need to address. Firstly, I did a reaction to the song Deutschland. You guys did not like that, mainly because I was very ignorant and I made a lot of ignorant statements. I did a follow-up video about 2 or 3 weeks ago, going over the breakdown of that song and, redeemed myself because, there was a lot that I didn't know. And I was figuring things out and whatnot. One thing you also may have noticed, that video was, it was very chopped up. The reaction was very chopped up. It was all over the place. There was a lot of pausing, a lot of talking. Mainly to, of course, convey what I saw in the video at the time, but also to dodge copyright. What you see right now in front of you is just that. It's transformative. You can barely see the video. You're probably not going to see the video very much in this reaction, and you definitely will not hear the sound. Rammstein's company is very amazing. However, they are great at blocking videos that have their audio in it. Case in point, we were streaming on Twitch and they took down the song portion of the stream. So we are going to be reacting to that today, but a lot of it will be me going through this, watching it. You won't really hear the sound. I'll comment on the different scenes. I'll throw screenshots up on the screen just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're going to have a discussion and I need you guys' thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. I'm not going to know a lot as well, so hopefully somebody has an explanation for this shiznit. And I can't wait, man. Every time Rammstein drops something, it's absolutely groundbreaking. I covered all of the things that I needed to cover, so let's not waste any time, guys. Let's go ahead and get into this thing and see exactly what we're working with. Los geht's. You got this symbol right here. That must be their symbol. Oh yeah, Rammstein. Yeah, that's their symbol. Their symbol. The R thing. All right, so the scene opens up with a long rope underwater. That's what we're getting right now. A long rope underwater, and it's leading to what? All right, let me go ahead and turn this down even more. I don't want this giving away nothing. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, you see the rope is tied around this man's neck. There are 2 other people in the water that are supposedly not alive. All right, they're in the water and they're kind of just floating. You know what I mean? It seems very hopeless right now. And whoa, it seems like that that rope is kind of like rotating around this man's neck underwater. It looks like it's getting tighter. It looks like the rope is wrapping its neck around the man's neck on its own. At first, I thought it was just floating in the water, all willy-nilly, but it looks like the rope is slowly, constricting itself around the man's neck. Oh my God, every one of these characters is not living. They're underwater, and it looks like there's an explosion that just happened above ground, and this person right here is just like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. There's a boat nearby, so I'm either certain they got thrown off or something happened. Whoa, that's what this is. If you pay attention, this video is actually going backwards. Makes sense for the makes sense for the song titled ZEIT. This is going backwards, so we're probably going to be reliving some events. losing time, and a bunch of other stuff. I was listening to what he was saying. I'm gonna have to break down a lyrical breakdown probably in the second half of this video or in a separate video, because there's the one thing that makes Rammstein complicated is their lyrics, of course, obviously, but first and foremost, when it comes to their music video, it is just that, their videos. Their videos are very, very, very symbolic. So I'm trying to pay attention right now to everything that I'm looking at and conveying that to you guys. The music right now, it's very like somber. It's kind of like, you know, very dark mood, sad almost. But what we can see here is all those bodies that were in the water are actually floating to the top, which makes sense about the rope constricting itself on the man's neck, because what it was doing, it was loosening as he was falling in the water, but it was tightening as the scene was reversing. So we're looking at this now, and we play this. Oh my gosh. Time. Seems like there's this ominous creature in the water as they, you know, rolled back in time. Like as time is reversed, there's this ominous looking creature with a like it looks like a Dark Souls character. I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's faceless. It's tall. It looks like somebody threw a blanket over it, but it has this very shiny looking face. I wonder what that's symbolism for. All right, we have soldiers here. They're running backwards. Oh my gosh. Someone on the shore is tote, you know. Wow. So Zukunft kann nicht beschwören. So in the future cannot beschwören. What does that mean? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Beschwören. Hold on. We are looking that up because I don't know what that means. I'm very curious about that one thing. Oh, also closed captioning's not on here. It's still unavailable. Translate beschwören. Let's see if I can spell this right. Beschwören. Yeah, hold on. I get it. Hold on. Damn, complain. You can't complain about the future or something? I don't know, right? Is that what it is? Oh, wow. So you have these kids with sticks pointing their sticks at soldiers. This is kind of sad. But the soldiers were actually using real weapons. Look. Well, actually, nope. The scene transitions to kids pointing sticks at other kids who are dressed up as soldiers pointing sticks back. And then it transitions back to three babies in the forest. So actually, let's rewind that scene again and discuss what's going on in the visual. So you have the whole scene is basically going back in time. But as we go back, we see these men on a boat, right? Who in the beginning of the video were all underwater. They were all tote. You know what I'm saying? So we fast forward. And you see this ominous creature because you see the captain pointing at the ominous creature in the water, who seems to be, I think, a representation of death. Very powerful stuff here. Then we skip forward to the scene where all of these soldiers, played by the band members, they all have like actual weapons. You know what I'm saying? They're walking around with the Waffen, and the scene is rewinding itself, so it goes from them pointing weapons at each other to the scene switching to them as kids or them as young people pointing weapons at, you know, I guess the enemy, quote unquote. But I think it's showing two sides of the same coin, because as we play this video out, you see You know, actually, yeah, my bad. Like it's the adults, like, you know, pointing weapons at each other. They're clearly in the middle of a war or some kind of battle. And then as you play the scene out, the scene switches. You know, you have like what seemed to be an explosion, but everybody like it, but playing it itself in reverse, right? So it's like cops and robbers almost, but it's not cops and robbers. It's like two different militant fronts, and as you pan out, it shows the iconic scene. Three grown men soldiers pointing their weapons to three grown men soldiers. But when you look at this scene, you see three men with their weapons out, pointing at three teenagers, because the scene switches. Actually, those three men pointed their weapons at, you know, the three men on the other side, and it actually looks like the scene reversed where the center person got, you know, maybe a metal object entered his body. I'm going to have to say that that's for monetary reasons. Okay, now the scene is like panning back and forth between the two groups. The adults pointing the weapons at the adults, then the scene pans back over. Those adults are no longer adults anymore. They're children pointing their sticks. Well, that's what had me a little messed up when I was reacting to this. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Now we look back and the kids are pointing weapons once again, like I said, at these other kids that were once adults. The scene pans back and these kids are panning their weapons over to three babies. Behind these kids is once again this hooded creature, this very, very tall, ominous creature with a shiny light in its face. You can't make a distinction as far as the facial features, but I'm very certain that is a representation of death. This is very poetic. And it's doing a slow zoom on the babies that are in the forest. They're quite literally just left there. Very edgy stuff. But there's obviously a deep meaning behind this. And if you guys could tell me what that meaning is, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible so we can, you know, kind of follow this together. This person, I'm assuming it's death, but that would be too simplistic for this ominous creature that is in a black robe, that has a shiny face that is unidentifiable, that is currently now holding a baby. I would think that that's a representation of death, but it's actually probably something even deeper than that. Death seems too convenient. I want to know what this is. There's three of them. There's three people holding the babies. Now, three of the same ominous creatures with the shiny light in their face holding babies now, and they're standing under a waterfall. My second guess is that they are the souls of the soldiers who passed away, or holding themselves. That would be insane, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing that makes the most sense right now. There's these people who are blindfolded holding babies. There is, I guess, like, they're all on the ground and stuff like that, and it's really crazy. It's almost like there's like a tree of life type thing. Oh, matter of fact, I take that back. What it looks like in this scene is it's like an hourglass. The scene is set up like an hourglass. On the bottom of the picture, you have everybody sitting around a giant pillar of sand, right? On the pillar of sand, you have every single woman who is giving birth, and on the perimeter of that, you have the midwives helping the ladies give birth. And then on the flip side of that, you have the same thing happening upside down on another pillar of sand, and you have the sand spilling into it itself. So this is very crazy. And the beat just dropped. ZEIT. Okay. Bleib stehen. Bitte bleib stehen. So, bitte bleib stehen, right? Bitte. I'm typing this up right now, real time. Bleib stehen. Please stay, right? Oh, please stop. Bitte bleib stehen. Bleib stehen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's ZEIT. Again. Oh my God, bro, this is graphic. You can see the women, like, This is very graphic. The birthing process of these babies, dude. You can see lips and everything, bro. This video about to be age restricted. You feel me? Like, oh my God. Like, it's so honestly, as he's saying tight, you have a picture right here of a baby coming out of a mother, but in reverse. The baby's going back inside of the mother. All the midwives that are delivering the babies, mind you, the video is going in reverse. So the baby is going back into the mother. So bitte bleib stehen is please stop. So time, please stop, is pretty much currently what the band is saying, right? In the song. And it's crazy because the sand that was supposed to be spilling is actually being sucked back up into the sand pit on the top of the screen. That's insane. This is a very wild video. And actually, if you look closely, all of the midwives are the band members. All of the midwives are the band members. The people who are delivering the babies are the band members. This is very insane. Oh my God. Jesus, man, this is very like visual. Visual, dude. You see one of the band members as dressed up as one of the midwives, blindfolded, by the way. That's the one thing I think I mentioned before, but I'll emphasize it again. All the midwives were blindfolded during the delivery process, but the process is reversed. Just got covered in sand. Oh my God. This looks very artsy, dude. Like, oh my gosh. The sand is just splashing all over the band members right now, but they're all, like I said, blindfolded. They're all blindfolded. And now they're like they're sitting next to each other. All of them are sitting next to each other as the midwives, right? But the way that they're holding, like some of these guys are holding their stomachs, maybe they're like impersonating the women who were actually pregnant. I still think they're the midwives right now at this point in the video. But if you guys have an idea of what's going on, like I said, please let me know. This video is supposed to be shocking. It's supposed to be polarizing. I'm not sure what they did online to get traction for this video, but we're going to find out. I'm going to try to even edit this video a lot. I mean, because the way I'm recording this right now is to protect us from, you know, the big corporation on top, you know what I'm saying? But this is a very deep video. So what we can see now is that the three figures that were emerging from what I thought was a waterfall, it's not a waterfall. It's a lot of the same sand that we saw when the scene zoomed out. Those three figures emerged from the sand. The hourglass I was talking to you about, you had a pillar of a mound of sand on the top of the scene, a mound of sand on the bottom of the scene. In the middle, you had sand reversing into the mound of sand on the top of the screen. That was actually sand, and when you zoom in, it looks like a waterfall almost. Three figures emerged from the sand falling in the beginning of this video. And as you can see, those three figures are still here, but the sand is almost done falling. Bleib stehen, ZEIT, tight. And now you're back here. You have all of them working on like a farm. All of the band members are on a farm. They're working. It looks like they're harvesting some. They're wait, what is it called? Towing hay? Is it towing hay? What do you call that thing when you're like, is it churning hay, towing hay? I don't know what it is, but they're collecting hay. They're taking care of the fields. They're working in the fields. I'm not sure if these are rice fields, by the way. So let's say they're working in the rice fields. They're all wearing, like, you know, the farmers get up and stuff like that. There's a solo shot here of one of the men with his wife. It's a woman that looks like it could be his wife. And in the distance, you still see this dark figure that is faceless. So maybe the here's my third guess on who the ominous figure is. I feel like the ominous figure that we keep seeing is probably time itself. We probably keep encountering time. That ominous figure that is faceless is time. It showed itself 3 times. Time was in the beginning of the video when the 6 men that were underwater were put back in their boat due to the entire scene being reversed backwards. And then you see them again. You see like the element of time when you have the soldiers pointing their weapons at the other soldiers, but then it turns out to be kids pointing their weapons at younger kids who eventually become babies. And then behind the kids that were pointing their sticks, you have this big ominous figure with a face that is unrecognizable. It's very bright. That to me would be symbolic, I think, at this point of time, at this point in the video. But if I'm wrong, let me know. Feels like a big mystery. Die Ohren bleiben stehen. So die Ohren, so the ears, right? Die Ohren bleiben. The ears stop. Your ears stop. Bleiben stehen. So the ears stop listening, right? Make more sense for the scene. Your ears stand still. Oh, that's actually not that man's wife. That was a child. Sorry. That was a child. Or it looks like a child. I don't know. I don't think is she a child? Okay, so it's a man with his daughter. I didn't know, man. The lighting made it look like she was his wife, but seems like one of the men in the rice field that the scene is fixated on is a man holding what seems to be his daughter, I guess. Okay, this is the big reveal, I feel like. All right. So his daughter is walking towards the tall figure that is faceless. So this moment, the moment is so perfect is what the band is currently saying. So perfect is den Moment. So perfect is the moment. So die Weite läuft die Zeit. So hold on. So back something. Die Weite läuft die Zeit. I'm typing it in right now. Die Zeit. Hold on. So I can get the time keeps running. Time keeps running. All right. So the moment's perfect. Time is running. The daughter is being covered by the ominous figure. She runs quite literally into the grasp of this ominous figure right now. Oh my gosh. And the father looks absolutely devastated. Oh, wow. So as the sand is reversing, it seems that the ominous creature has taken her to the dimension of that hourglass. And it looks like the lady who looked like a little girl at first, she's aged. She looks like a young adult now. Or maybe her facial features are very confusing. And she's just a child the entire time. So let's just say she's a child the entire time. But, you know, the time ghost thingy, I don't know what the ominous creature is called, takes her into that dimension. And now we see it zooming out of that dimension, the hourglass dimension, I'll call it. And you have the father infuriated as he holds his daughter in his arms. And then, of course, the band is saying, bleib stehen, bleib stehen. But like the whole like ZEIT. And then you have all of these faces that were carved out of sand that seem to be the band members that are reconstructing themselves on what seems to be a wall of some sort right now. And then all the farmers that you saw that were like, you know, churning hay and, you know, going crazy in the beginning of the of this particular scene, you see them standing on the outside as the man who has his daughter in his arms is walking in between all of them. This is sad, man. So this scene right here, I think, was a picture that has already been constructed before, but I don't know what this picture was from. So you have the ominous creature again with the daughter pretty much covered, like, you know, like in its grasp. It's like it's wearing a cloak and it's holding its arm out and it's like shielding her almost. Or revealing that she's there. She's putting her hands in the sand. Dude, what if she's the ominous creature? Wow. Rammstein are Christoph Schneider, Paul Landers, Till Lindemann, Richard T. Kruspe, Oliver Riedel, Flake Lawrence. Very well. The daughter is Alma. The mothers were there. Damn. What a director of photography, Fabian Gampler. They did a very, very, very wonderful job with this video. Directed and edited by Robert Gvistek. Head production, Mary Hoflish. I still don't know what this scene is. This picture right here is powerful. Powerful. But I have no idea what this picture represents. So what we're going to do right now, right? Because we're done with the reaction. This is going to be a long video, and I'm going to try to edit this and post it before I go to work. So please have patience with your boy. All right, so I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to go to Rammstein ZEIT meaning. All right, now we're going to talk about what we saw. What is Rammstein's new song ZEIT really about? Ready? We're going to talk about this. So, we're going to read this article and we're going to figure this out together. All together now. Alrighty. So we got primary monitor right here. I'm going to switch over to the live scene. All right. We're here. Oh my God. Sorry about this, guys. I have a timer from earlier and this was a stream. So, right here it says, what is Rammstein's new song ZEIT really about? You may have seen Rammstein's new video for ZEIT, the debut self-titled single from the German band's 2022 album. But what is the song really about and what symbolism exists in the video? Here's our day one theory about ZEIT. First off, let's check out some of the English lyrics to ZEIT, which is German for time, which is what I was saying in the beginning. Some should, some shouldn't. We see, but we are blind. We cast shadows without light. Rammstein may be referring to Plato's allegory of the cave, which is the philosopher ruminated on the nature of belief versus knowledge. Essentially, imagine yourself chained to the wall of a cave for your entire life, facing the blank wall. As the fire burns behind you, shadows cast themselves across the wall, but because you are unaware of the fire's existence, you perceive the shadows as beings themselves. Rather than a reflection of those beings, it's a thought experiment that separates perception versus reality, along with how the individual perspective can dilute the truth of a situation. With that reference in mind, ZEIT is about a cynical nature of humanity. In the ZEIT video, the sands of time pour upon a group of blindfolded women who are giving birth. But the sands of time also swallow the members of Rammstein, perhaps depicting time as the bringer of both life and death. The sands of time also surround Rammstein's caricature of the Grim Reaper, who can be seen holding the newborn children. Death is inevitable, thus the Reaper has us from the moment we're born. And that is probably what I should have stuck with when I did this reaction, because I thought that the ominous creature seemed to be a representation of death, but I thought that that was probably too simplistic for them to just make it death. Maybe it was something deeper, and it is deeper. It's death, but it is they convey that that ominous creature, those quote unquote ominous creatures, were a collective of death being predetermined before we're even born. You're basically like the born to die. You know what I mean? So we're going to look further into this explanation. Death comes into play at the very beginning of the video, where the members of Rammstein have drowned after being thrown off a rowboat in rough seas. The video then cuts to men in the throes of war being cut down by enemy fire, then to a shot of children playing war with tree branches as rifles, as if they were predestined to fighting for their countries. So here's another lyric right here. After us, there will be youth turns into hardship. We keep dying until we live. The song's lyrics also express Till Lindeman's yearning to hold onto precious moments. In ZEIT, a farmer embraces a loved one as the Reaper appears. A tender moment suddenly ends as the woman walks towards the Reaper. The farmer runs to stop the inevitable, but the Reaper takes his bounty, sweeping the woman into the sands of time. The man holds his beloved in his arms and looks up, realizing he will too one day be swept into the sands. This is likely a visual representation of the song's chorus. Time, please stop, stop, time. It should always go on like this. Time, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Everyone knows the perfect moment. So this was actually a woman. Jesus Christ, she looks so young. I thought she was a child. Oh my God. All right. Well, I guess it makes sense. In our opinion, the key line in Rammstein's ZEIT is, I'm lying here in your arms, or it could be forever, but time knows no mercy. The moment is already over. As the meme says, time is a flat circle. The cycle, birth, war, death, will repeat itself over and over as we're bound by our flawed perceptions, Plato's allegory of the cave, and our willful denial of the inevitable, the Reaper. Okay, hold on, let me scroll down, because what did I just do here? Boom, boom, boom. I want to keep scrolling. I think I scrolled. All right, here we go. Wow. This was pretty much the summary of the song. And so now I pass the question off to you. From what you guys have seen, how do you feel about this song? I think time is something that everyone is afraid of. And this is a very long reaction video. I'm going to upload this as a raw video to see if it manages to make it through the system, winky face. But if it doesn't, I will be hyper editing this video because you guys need to see my reaction to this. Let's talk about time. We got the meaning of the video. We watched the video. I looked up the meaning of the video. So there is really no confusion as to what was going on. That is a topic that everyone is afraid to talk about. Death, right? Particularly the death part of time. We have beautiful moments in our lives. We have horrible moments in our lives. We have people that we love. We have people that we loathe. And regardless of what happens, that ominous creature, that tall creature with the light shining from its face, that's time. It's death, but it pretty much would be the equivalent of time, a representation of time, even though, of course, the explanation says it's the Reaper. Time itself is the Reaper, because we all essentially have a clock that's running out, all of us. And I feel like acceptance of that is kind of a key thing, because when you are constantly living in fear of being taken, you know, you're living in fear of being the next one on the list to go, you overlook the precious moments that were in your life, moments that were meant for you to enjoy. you know, whether that's spending that time with loved ones or doing something you've always enjoyed, or anything. I think cherishing each moment, any moment that invokes emotion, and cherishing that just for the simple fact that it is not going to be forever. It's going to eventually end. Feeling pain, feeling sadness, feeling loneliness, feeling love, feeling happiness, all of those emotions are temporary, right? And Rammstein's, I keep saying Rammstein, man, I'm tired. Rammstein's depiction of time through this video is polarizing. It's terrifying, and it's beautiful. You know, they did a fantastic job with this. And they deserve their flowers. Give them their flowers now, okay? Because they did a great job. What do you guys think of this? How does this video resonate with you all? I did my best to try to have a full understanding of this song. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I will conclude this video. And all I ask, by the way, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, please. For some reason, we've hit a flat line. But please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you guys like this reaction. If not, I also get that. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I do feel like they did a phenomenal job. They've always done a phenomenal job. That's it. I love you guys. Peace.